What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, everybody? It's Saramelcher here. We are gonna go live for Empowered Talks. I'm just getting it going. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Nikeisha, you can join whenever you're ready. I just hopped on early to let Instagram tell everyone that we're going live. I know people are probably getting out of work on their way home, but we'll definitely post a replay. You're going to want to hear this one. It's going to be a good one. Okay, view request. Here we go. What's up, what's up, what's up? For y'all hopping in or have seen the show before, this is Empowered Talks. What's going on, my love? I'm going to let Nikeisha on. Hi. Hello, 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 my loves. Keisha, I think I let you in. Did I? No? Did I? Let's see. Here you come. Hi.
Hi.
I'm so excited. So I'm just going to introduce the show real quick and then I'll introduce you. All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Empowered Talks. This is Sara Melcher. What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. So like I said, this is Empowered Talks. This is a series that I started because I just have so many amazing and powerful people in my circle and in my community. And I wanted to be able to highlight them, share their experiences, share their stories, share their gifts with you, with the hope that someone out there resonates, right? It resonates with the story, resonates with their experience, with their struggle, with their wins. So today we get to highlight my beautiful friend Nikeisha, who is multifaceted and a big dreamer like myself. So I love that she actually gave me that topic of being a big dreamer, and I just went with it. I was like, oh my gosh. And then as I'm typing in the details of the live, I'm like, multifaceted and doing it all, because you literally are doing it all. and and I can relate. So I'm super excited to dive in. I want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and introduce yourself and the many hats that you wear, please.
Of course. So, my name is Nikeisha. My last name is that for all the but I am a private employee with the state, and
You,
so
you're cutting in and out. Sorry, I don't want them. I want to make sure they hear you. Can you guys hear her? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear her.
I have to continue talking so we can hear, right?
I know. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I work full time for the state, and I'm a realtor. So it's been my life for a very long time. Sure we'll get that.
Oh, you're still cutting in and out, my love. Can you check the Wi-Fi? So, because I want to make sure that they hear you.
Yeah, no, I have full Wi-Fi.
Are you wearing headphones?
I wear headphones.
You gotta love Instagram Live. It's sometimes it's such a pain, but we'll get it going. We'll get it there.
Can you hear me better now, or no?
Yeah, I can actually. Let's give
Okay,
it a try.
maybe it's my phone stand.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me see
All
if I
right.
can
Sorry
pop
about that.
it like maybe up here. See if that works
Yeah.
better. Is
Yeah.
that a little bit better?
I can see you and I can hear you.
Okay, good. There we go. Because I'm like, I have full Wi-Fi and bars. I don't know what's happening.
It happens all the time, Instagram.
Yeah. So yeah, so as I was saying, is that I work full time and I'm also a full time realtor. And we're diving into, I know we're going to talk more about the real estate side of things. So I actually recently started, I'm about a year in with my brokerage. I hit a year in February, but it has really been something that has been my dream for such a little kid. As I go back to realize, like thinking of how I even came up with real estate, I didn't even notice how deep involved it was in my life for so long.
Right.
So it's actually like really kind of a cool situation to think about. So yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, so let's get right into it then. Tell the audience a little bit about how it was so deep in your life. I mean, I know obviously we're so close, but share with them how it influenced your journey, and why you became a realtor.
Sure. So my grandmother is like my number one inspiration of life. She was born in the 20s. She got divorced when it wasn't allowed. She got accepted to college when females weren't allowed.
Mm.
And she actually was a business owner from the beginning, and she owned her own brokerage. So
Wow.
I've been around real estate literally since for my whole entire life. My mom did grow up in Jersey, so it was in Jersey, so a little bit different. But I do remember, I'm going to age myself a little bit, but the Sunday Globe used to come,
Oh my God.
and I used to look up the real estate. Why? I don't know. And I used to highlight ones that I thought sounded good in a little newspaper clip. Be like, Mama, look. And she's like, great, like kind of situation, and kept nodding and smiling. But my mom is also a project manager. She's an interior design by trade.
Mm.
She's been a project manager my whole entire life. My daycare was at John Hancock. I know that's a very iconic
Mm-hmm.
building downtown. So that's where I got to, yep, her first 10 years of my life, almost 20, was at John Hancock. And she has been such a powerful woman through
Mm.
and
Yep.
through. She's been recognized for how strong of a woman she is in the construction build, because, like many other things, they're not as popular in the construction build, and my mom has never given up. So I've worked
Mm.
for a general contractor before. I've seen the ins and outs from the beginning to the end, and just getting my license and joining a brokerage is kind of just the icing on a cake, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so beautiful. You had such a strong influence from the beginning.
Hmm.
Just seeing women that stick it out, right?
Yeah.
Keep it pushing. So like why would you give up,
Yeah.
right? That's so amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us, so the reason I had labeled this as multifaceted and doing all, like Nikeisha said, she has a full-time job. She's a
Mhm.
full-time realtor. Also has a small business on the side. Like
Yeah.
she's super creative and a big dreamer, ambitious. I'm curious of like what lessons have you learned along the way? And this is your first year, correct? I
Yeah.
know obviously
So
I've
I
been
just
around.
did a year, yeah, with my
Yeah,
brokerage. Yeah.
right. Okay. So what lessons have you learned along the way, like while you're kind of carrying it all, but obviously with the bigger vision, not never giving up, right?
Yeah, so I think it kind of goes back to my education a little bit, and being a little bit more vulnerable. I am dyslexic, so school was never
Mm.
really easy for me. I had
Mm.
to learn from a very early age what worked best for me when it came to studying and,
Mm. Yep.
extracurriculars, where to go to school. I say that because I actually have an undergrad at the University of Rhode Island in biology and a minor in leadership, and I have a master's in forensic science.
Mm.
Um, it wasn't easy. I can say that
Right.
from the beginning. And so, one of the main reasons why
Right.
I have my main job now is because it's something that I've worked for so long.
Mm.
And
Got you.
so, I think my biggest lesson here with real estate is to not, you don't, just because it's not your typical path or what it may, like your direction might not be what you want it to be. Like I am not ready. I'm not going to give up my full-time job yet. It's just not where I am in life. And I know I've worked so hard to get here.
Hmm.
And honestly, combining the two um, has actually grown my sphere, grown my connections, grown
Hmm.
places where I go.
Yep.
I literally know the whole entire state like the back of my hand because of what I do for
Yep.
work. And that has only just been a benefit.
Right.
So like even like to the littlest things, I play softball. 34 has changed me playing softball, but I get to play with the people that I work with in my full-time job. But I'm the sponsor with Lamakia, so I'm in a new
Mm.
town. I get to spend time with people that I spend with every day, but I also get to brand myself and be outside into a town that I don't really
Yeah.
spend much time in. So,
That's awesome. So
yeah.
you're being creative with it, right? And finding balance and how
Hmm.
to make it all work for you and benefit both sides, right?
For sure. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. So obviously it's all pushed you to grow, right? Pushed you to grow and to stay consistent and dedicated to the bigger vision.
Hmm.
Share what are some of your bigger visions for being a realtor for those that are maybe thinking about starting their journey?
Yeah, so I actually like it's always been my dream to flip,
Mm.
have multiple investment properties. And when I told my friends and family that I was going to get my real estate license, they were like, "Oh, good, I need a realtor." And I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll start selling." And honestly, it's been it's been a great like
Mm.
bridge to say for sure. I've learned so like just within the year, I've learned so much. I can give a lot to my brokerage. They are hands-on. They are trained all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're never behind. We're,
Mm,
one of the best places. We just were voted one of the best places to work in Boston.
love
Um,
it.
and we're still moving. So and I can account that to growing up, being dyslexic, going to a large school, not thriving, going to a small school, thriving,
Mm-hmm.
and how I learned that I know how I learn and can grow. And that's honestly why I picked my brokerage. So yeah.
Wow. I love that. And I love how you were so intentional about it and strategic. I think that's also a huge point for people to note that are maybe wanting to go into that field or any new
Mm.
field, but not just picking one because it's going to accept you, right? Like you got something that meant something to you and you've fallen in love with it. So,
Yeah, they always say when you get your, so they, for whatever reason, they make the real estate test very difficult. And so, I mean, it's definitely a lot to learn, but it's something you can learn along your way. Like, you don't have to, always know everything up front. It's definitely a
mhm,
learning process. So I don't always understand why they make it so difficult because, it's kind of just a wall for other people. But
mm,
once you get past it, that's it, right? And then they say that now real estate has chose you, you get to choose your brokerage. That's how
mm,
it's always been. Like, you're the one interviewing on the other side, and you need to figure out, like, when it comes to statistics, to what their package looks like, all these kind of things, how it fits your life and why it works best for you.
yeah, that's good advice.
Mhm.
Awesome. What keeps you excited? What keeps you excited on this journey? So obviously in real estate, I feel like it's something that people a lot of people want to be a part of it, but then when it comes to like actually doing it, they're like, oh snap, like I gotta find the rentals, I gotta find the houses to sell, I gotta market myself,
Yeah.
right? It can be like, could be a challenging and maybe sometimes discouraging, right? If you're not really like savvy with tech or and extrovert. So what would you say like keeps you excited and keeps you going on that journey?
Yeah. I I honestly love learning. No
Mm.
one can take knowledge away from you, ever.
Woo, speak.
So
Love that.
if it is something that is going to help me grow and make me learn, add something else to, the book of knowledge up above,
Yeah.
I'm all here for it.
Yep. I
So
love that.
that is,
Absolutely.
like, honestly what it is, because it can get very overwhelming sometimes, like
Mm-hmm.
very overwhelming. I mean, having a full-time job, as you know, alone is exhausting.
Yeah.
And we're just we're just gonna keep adding to the plate, right? But like,
Yeah.
there is a reason for this. I was called for this for a reason,
Mm.
and that's that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
It may not, there's definitely easier days, harder day, all the ups and downs, but you have
Yeah.
to remember, like, what is still pushing you all the
Yeah.
time.
I love that so much. So good. So good. Just sitting in that for a minute. It's so good. So what advice would you give to someone maybe thinking about starting their journey in real
In
estate?
real estate, yeah.
Yeah, in real estate.
So I just think that, like, well, essentially, why not? Once you get your license, you have a class that you have, at least in the state of Massachusetts. You take
Mm-hmm.
a class for you to get your license, and then once you get your license, you're essentially just, you keep renewing it every 2 years. You have to take, certain classes and stuff like that. Once you take the original first test, that's it. So
Mm-hmm.
you can literally make it what you want it to be. Like,
Mm,
there's
yeah.
only growth within. Like, you have to do different classes if you decide you want to be a broker, or for you to have the title as realtor instead of real estate agent. There's certain things that you have to take along those lines. But some people, I know contractors who just get the real estate license, just, so
Just
they
to
have
have
the
it.
access to the resources,
Mm,
or they might, their next build, they want to know what's a better place to build. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like, those kind of things. Like, just
yep.
because you have your real estate license doesn't mean you have to sell.
Yep.
And like I said before, it's just something that I chose to do mostly because of knowledge. Like,
Mm,
I'm only going to get better from here.
yeah. Whew, girl, you're on fire. Okay. First of all, let's just say this is Nikisha's first time ever being on live and
It
killing
is.
it. Spit, spitting
It's
fire.
besides the fact that I am sweating profusely, but that's okay.
Well, we didn't expect it to be 85 degrees today. Like my look at my
Seriously.
this my hair was straight earlier. Okay.
I'm
So
kidding
let's
you.
just say that. Oh man, this was so good. So how about one more question, just because I
Yeah,
love it and I love hearing from you.
please. I love it all.
How
Let's
do
do it.
you set yourself apart from other realtors as you're, growing your brand and building your business? Like, how do you set yourself apart when, there's all these people that want to be realtors? How do you decide, how do you make yourself different?
I think it's really a personal connection,
Mm,
and that is the most important to me. The paycheck is extra.
mm,
If
mm.
if you're not happy in your home, if this is something that you feel pressured to do, you don't have the knowledge to do so. That is, by the way, all I am going to give you. Like
Right.
this, and I'm gonna toot my horn a little bit, and definitely,
Yep.
from the training I have from my brokerage and stuff, you buying a home with me is a walk in the park. It is
Mm, absolutely.
that simple. You're not going to be blindsided by anything. You're like, if you have a question, we'll figure it out. If I don't know the answer, I'll find it for you. I'll also never tell you an answer just to yes you. That I think is extremely important. I want to know who you are, what you need, what this is, how important this is to you. This is one of the biggest decisions of your life.
Hmm.
But at the same time, this is also like how we're gonna, investment in real estate is still the top giving in generational wealth.
Absolutely. Yes.
And like that is like you can, get money only lasts so long, property lasts forever.
Amen. Okay. Good.
So that is like that's like really what's important to me. I don't care if you need housing assistance, if you're a millionaire, and frankly, if you're a millionaire and a complete jerk and lacking better words, I'd rather not
Mm,
worth it to me.
yep. I got
Like
you.
essentially, like in air quotes, I don't want dirty money or moody money. Let's call it moody money. I like
I
that.
like it. Yeah, no
But
negative energy. Good
yeah,
vibes
because
only.
like I work hard. So yes, of course, in the end, like I deserve to be compensated. We also have to remember that too. And that's the
Amen. Yep.
hardest thing with realtors. You don't get paid till the end. So like
Hmm.
some clients might be 6 months, which is very quick, by the way. Majority of them are a year plus. So you're hustling all the time. There
Hmm.
is never a break.
Right.
And it could be a simple, answering a phone call of a plumbing question from your inspection, or it can be all the way from why didn't I get this offer accepted? Why is this everything so high? Why is someone being, aggressive per se? Whatever the case may be, you may never know. It might be a 2-second answer, or it could be a 20-minute conversation that you weren't expecting. It's
Mm,
all the time.
right.
So,
And it's not like, and like you said, you're not compensated until the end. So you really are. So there really has to be a bigger purpose attached to this, right? Like you've shared with us already, like that personal
mhm.
connection and real estate means a lot to you, period, from your history and how you grew up and now being a realtor. So I think that's important for people to hear too. Like you have a bigger purpose attached to being a realtor, right? It's
Yeah,
not just about, I mean, the check is obviously
yeah.
you have to need money to live, right? We want money. We want to make money for what we do. But thinking about that process, 6 months process, how many people are really going to go through and give you a great experience, a fulfilling experience, really cater to you and build a connection with you for 6 months, knowing they don't get no money
Hmm.
until this closes. So that's something to remember too. But I love that you are so aligned with what you're doing. And it really shows. It shows in your work. It shows how you treat people. I went to Nikeisha's first time home buyers class, and you can feel the passion for sure.
Yeah.
So I love that. I want to give you those flowers for
Oh,
sure.
thanks, man.
I love it, and you drop gems on why not staying consistent, staying dedicated, not giving up, not
Hmm.
giving up. So I definitely want people to hear the replay and hear the gems that you dropped. Is there anything else you want to leave for Instagram?
Yeah, I think just definitely one last thing, especially if you're balancing multiple things. Because
Hmm.
as I mentioned before, maybe we'll have another call. I didn't get into my small business, but I think it's very, very like I'm a list person, like very
Yeah,
much a
me
list
too.
person. And I think, and I still write them, or I make the checkbox in my little notes section on my phone. I physically want to
Me
cross it off,
too.
and like
Yes,
that is the accomplishment right there.
yes.
Like that is, and it can be so like sometimes I tell you like because I work very early, I work 7 to 3. So by the time I get home, if I sit my butt on the couch, it might be a wrap. But I'm like, nope. At least make that fire, Nikeisha. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Send that
yes.
email. Like whatever the case may be, just get it. It might not be as much as you wanted to do in such a big day,
Yeah.
because that's definitely where my balance is for sure. Of
Mm-hmm.
like biting, like thinking I can accomplish a whole lot more in a shorter period of
Yeah,
time.
yeah, the list is like
So
this. You make the to-do
yeah,
list like this, and then you get
yeah,
like three things done, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But like I think like it's just a constant reminder of little wins all the time. So
Absolutely. Every single day.
mm-hmm.
What about, so we didn't really get to get into the small business, but is there, she also runs a small business and is very creative. Is there anything you want to share for people that are balancing their multiple visions and ideas? You know, because like you said, like we feel strongly about them, right? So we're not going to give up.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to stop. Sometimes maybe we like pull back a little bit and then
Right.
go stronger on something else. But tell us a little bit about that.
I think that's what you just nailed on the head. That's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Allow yourself to give yourself a break. Allow yourself for certain things to take precedence, and that is okay. Like,
Right, absolutely.
especially now in this like social media world. Once again, I'm aging myself. This was not a huge thing when I was growing up, but everyone, unfortunately, sees that they make a TikTok video and go viral, and now they're a millionaire. That's not
Mm,
how entrepreneurship
no,
works at all.
absolutely not.
Like in the slightest. Like that's called winning the lottery, in my opinion. Like that's
Yeah, yeah,
you're just
it's
as
rare.
lucky
There's like a
to
small
win. Yeah,
percentage.
you're just as lucky to win the lottery as you are to become a millionaire off a TikTok video.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's like if it has to, in the end though, has to align with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it seems like a chore all the time, it's not meant to be.
Whew, that was a good one. Yes, absolutely. When it feels forced,
Mm-hmm.
or like you're like, oh, I have to post this or I have to
Yep.
do this because then people are gonna think I don't really do that. But it's more like when it's aligned and you feel you have that bigger purpose attached to it. It's
Mm-hmm.
exciting, and you're like, oh yeah, I get to share. I get to share my business. I get to share my new journey as a realtor. I get to share
Mm-hmm.
this. I get to share that. So it definitely is a different, totally different energy. Oh
Yeah.
man, we got some good ones here. I'm excited. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna post the replay, guys. Just because we're both sweating in this 90-degree room. I don't know about you, Nikeisha, but it's
Yeah.
hot.
I know. And these bright lights and oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God, no. Let's talk about the creator side of it and being an entrepreneur and being a creator. This ring light is hot. It's definitely increased the temperature in my room by 5 degrees. Oh man, hilarious.
Yeah.
That's just me just being real. So just a little snippet for me. Like I decided a long time ago that my circumstances were no longer going to stop me from being great. So that's why I decided I'm doing Empower Talks regardless of what it is, right? So I literally told everybody, I'm like, don't come running in my room. Like, I'm surprised we have no teenagers that have barged in. Nobody's calling my phone, give me $10 from McDonald's,
Yeah.
and this is just the reality of it, right? And that's another reason why I started Empower Talks is like, we are real people, real humans that have big visions, and like you said, decided not to give up. We just kept going,
Yeah.
right? We're rolling with the punches, rolling with life. We're just lifing it along the way, right? And staying true to the purpose, right?
For sure.
Absolutely. All right, so this was multifaceted and doing it all on Empowered Talks with
Yeah.
Nikeisha, the beautiful Nikeisha.
And one last little gem. If you
Yeah.
are going to have multiple things, try to combine them.
Ooh,
Because
yeah.
like for example, like I'm gonna have a home buyer class at my everyday job and my small business is gonna be a sponsor. It gets all three in one. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like I
yeah.
said, like softball, I get to work with my everyday people and it says my name on the back of our shirts. So it's
Yeah.
like it's just something very like if you can mix them,
Yep.
intermingle them somehow,
Yep.
it's the best way.
I love that. I love that idea. Absolutely. Thanks for adding that in. I
Mhm.
mean, you guys know I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse manager. The
Mhm.
nurses come to my events. I'm like, yeah, come get some personal development. Come get some healing. I'm always sharing. I love that. That's so awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Keisha. I'm so
of
glad we were able
course.
to do this. You dropped many
Me too.
gems.
And we can always do it again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna post the replay and probably next week. Yeah, what's today? I don't even know what day it is, guys. We'll post a snippet of some of the gems that Keisha dropped. I'm super
Mhm.
excited. So stay tuned for the replay. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for
Talk to you
watching.
guys soon. And if you need anything,
If you
follow me
want,
on social media.
if you want to buy a
So,
house, Hit up Nikeisha.
Yep. And you can, I'm not going to charge you for a question. So honestly, if you
You're not
have a
gonna
random question or
cash
you just
out
want
for
some
5 minutes.
advice, yeah, I'm here for you. Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.